Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something from Reate, something that almost slipped off past under my radar, whatever word works. But I noticed it sitting at DLT Trading, and I asked the kind folks at DLT, would thou consider loaning the knife for bottom 2 shakes of a lamb's tail? I couldn't find it. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you would have said during that time period. But I asked them if they would loan it to me for a bit, and they said, yes, absolutely. So thanks so much to DLT Trading. I will link this down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. What do we have here? The Reate Mantis tie belt satin DLC with pattern. Blade is LMAX belt satin DLC. It's number 86 of 100. So these are limited, but at the exact date of this upload, they are available. Okay. So if you're watching it 2 years in the future, well, I'm sorry. Maybe it will still be available. Okay, Reate knives. Here we go. Basically the same thing. Alvin Lee. Okay, October 2025. Yes, okay. So, I love Reate knives. I think that they are one of the best Chinese production OEMs on earth. And sometimes the stuff that they create is really like innovative and wild and crazy and almost, I say almost, in many cases it does pull away from general utility, but they don't make all of their products geared entirely towards general utility. They make some knives that are geared more towards that and other knives that are just like, we're kind of flexing our capabilities a little bit here. So I feel like this knife, the way that it looks initially is more utilitarian, more straightforward. So we have that Reate satin DLC blade, pretty cool. We have a nested liner lock or nested frame. I think it's a nested liner lock. I'd like to actually peer inside real quick. There's my flashlight. I reorganized everything so that I have to stop screwing around with it. Is it? Oh, is it an insert? Yes, it is. Thank you. So certain. This is more of an annoying thing than anything else because it doesn't really mean that the knife is more capable in any way, right? When we have a titanium frame and we are nesting a steel liner lock in it, especially if you're, I would say, north of 200, just make it titanium and put a steel lock bar insert in it. I just feel like that's a little tiny thing that you can do that just makes the knife feel substantially more premium. I just like that. We don't need it, but it's always a joy to see. Thank you so much. So we have a titanium lock bar. And this is a nested piece of titanium within the titanium frame that's got a steel lock bar insert inside of it. I think that is great. The action is phenomenal too. We have a flipper and also not really thumb stud, more toilet flusher handle, but it does work and actually is pretty comfortable. Notice they've got, it's almost like it's like scalloped out, so that it's, maybe contours to your thumb a little bit better. Yeah, I'd say pretty good. Yeah, it feels pretty nice, especially reverse flicking. Plenty of room in the choked up position. Nice little notch right here. We've got this up here is double notched. So I'm going to say with the slight curvature sheep's foot, probably 150 or so thousandths on the spine. And then we have a hollow ground blade that is, I believe they said M390. Does it say M390? Where is it? Oh, it's an LMAX. So Reate hits their M390 from 60 to 61. They probably hit their LMAX at the same 60, 61 or 60 to 62, which I think is fine. That's a good range. LMAX is also made by Bowler. Flipper tab is low profile, but very, very good. The detent is nice. I would say medium heavy. You can push button it. Light switching it feels a little bit better. And reverse flicking it, I think, feels probably the best for me. Forward thumb flicking or just the standard thumb flick feels really, really good. Look at this interesting texture pattern here. So I almost have like, it's like a lighter texturing on top of this texturing here. And because these lines run vertically means that you actually get traction holding on to the knife. This is a great example of a Reate knife that has all of that flash and all of that really premium feeling. It looks cool, right? You have the cool DLC blade. You have the contoured scales, which they definitely are contouring. You see that light contouring there, which is really nice. You have the cool back spacer. It's a Reate knife. But this is a Reate knife that you can purchase and then go out and use because it is a practical shape. It's a practical size, practical weight, right? If you climb up to this ladder, this part of the ladder in the knife world, you start to get to the point where you are still looking for something. A lot of people, I mean, like sometimes people are just collectors and enthusiasts and they'll buy things regardless of whether or not those elements actually translate to meaningful utility. I'm at that point. Some knives I buy for utility and other knives I'm like, I literally don't care if this knife looks like a space pine cone. If it's appealing visually, I will buy it because I'm a collector. I have no plans to use it. It would be wildly impractical to use it, but I want it because it's shiny and it's weird and it's different, right? That's all that more that goes into it. Crow brain, right? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's your money, and regardless of what anybody else thinks, right? They're whining and screaming and complaining about how it's a big waste of money. Doesn't matter. Huge pie in their face. It's your money. You can do whatever you want and forget they exist. A lot of people want something practical. And as they climb that ladder, they want the nice and the shiny, but they still need it to be practical. They still need it to be straightforward so that if they choose to use it, it is still going to be convenient for them. It's still going to fall into that realm, right? So you're doing the shiny and you're doing the extra, you're doing a little bit of the embellishment for you, but it's also a really practical shape and size. Now, there's lots of knives out there. The action's really nice. I feel like gone are the days where every new Reate is like overly tight and you have to break it in. Like this just feels like it's been broken in the best way possible. It's not an incredibly fast fall shut, which I can't stand. Like the Norseman falls too quickly. It's crazy. Out of the box, falling that fast? No way. This falls nice and slow, so you don't have to worry about guillotining your fingers. Beautiful. Great ergonomics here. Great ergonomics choked up. Love the notch. This is going to be in the cutting path a bit, which some people should consider. There's probably 3/4 of an inch here in the cutting path. Now, most of us, when we cut things, we cut at a slight angle, right? If you cut down like this, it's going to run into it. Straight down, you're going to clear it here and here, right? If you're like slicing into something, well, then you'll clear it at an angle. It just depends on what you're doing. A really nice looking straightforward knife, and I absolutely love. I don't mind exposed frame locks. I think they're okay, but I think what is superior in 100% of cases is to nest a titanium liner lock that has the same amount of surface engagement. A lot of people by default believe that all frame locks are by nature more durable and more reliable than all liner locks, and this is not true. Every frame lock is as weak, or it's only as reliable as its relief cut. And its relief cut oftentimes is just as thin as any liner lock. So we have a liner lock in this case that where it is attached to the frame is just as thin as your average titanium frame lock relief cut, and it widens out at the top to create a lock bar has just as much surface contact as your average titanium lock face. As long as the geometry is done correctly, there should realistically be no difference here if we're comparing averages to averages, like in terms of size. Obviously, you can do like a big, crazy, overbuilt one and say, well, this one's better. I'm saying like we reduce it to like the average, size parameters. This is better. Same surface contact, same surface lock engagement, and then the same, as far as the thinness, right? About the same, like the tension and everything. It's all there. It's the same amount of force keeping it in place, roughly. The benefit here is that there is no exposed frame lock, so you can squeeze all you want. It doesn't affect where it's engaging. And you can't prematurely wear in the lock face just by using it. It's going to continue to lock up and work itself in naturally over time, which I think is great. This is pretty cool. It's very straightforward. They're not doing anything different here. They're just offering some of the more premium stuff on a knife that would almost certainly cost less. I think I remember. It's still going to be an expensive knife, but when I say cost less, I mean you're not looking at, to my knowledge, a $400 to $500 Reate. I think we're looking at a little less here. Hopefully I don't eat my words, but anyways, this is just an unboxing and first impressions. We'll do the full-length review down the road. That's going to be it today, guys. Please make sure. Oh, you know what? We didn't really talk about this. Sorry. You can timestamp for everybody down in the comments that's screaming, what about the tool? Yeah, they do provide a little pivot tool there. And obviously, this is a proprietary tool. And I don't love that nearly as much as, like just make it Torx, right? But it does at least come with the tool, so that's fine. You can have your own feelings on that. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.